everybody. Welcome to Better Together, Boca Raton style. It is Wednesday, July 22nd, 2020. We are coming to you live from Florida, just coming off of the Tony Robbins Unleash the Power Within seminar. Our quote of the day, forget not that the earth delights to feel you. Wait, what the frig am I saying here? Hold up. Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet and the winds long to play with your hair.
Is it a little weird?
Jeff?
Did I go a little too far?
No clue what you're doing here.
I was on such a hot streak. I feel like I blew it. The idea here is that we're going to be talking about social distancing, outdoor activities with Meaghan B Murphy. And she's, saying that it's finally a chance for us to be outside more. So I thought maybe that quote talks about the value of being outside, but maybe I blew it.
I guess I'm so used to kind of like self-help and like inspirational quotes. And I'm like, this is like poetry. I wasn't prepared to read poetry because you have to turn on something different.
Fair enough.
Forget not. Hold on. Let me do it again, guys.
Okay.
Forget not that the earth delights to feel your bare feet and the winds long to play with your hair.
Yes, that was good.
That accent was. But there we go. Thank you guys for joining us nonetheless. Before we start the show, be sure to follow me on Instagram. We have great clip outs from the show every day, great reminders for you. We are live here every day, right at this time, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. And because we're better together, let's help each other. If you guys could help share this episode and subscribe on YouTube, we're going to be able to continue bringing you these amazing experts from every walk of life to help us get better. If you haven't joined our Patreon, please do. We are offering weekly shows there where we can go deeper, but also we can do things that we can't do here. We can use YouTube clips. I'm curating amazing YouTube clips to prime us, to get us into a different mindset. And we just did an amazing episode talking about the lessons that we learned at UPW, and we had Kevin join us as another kind of take. And so you're going to get valuable lessons there that we kind of just spent an entire weekend kind of accumulating all in one episode. So please join us over at our Patreon. And like we said, our guest today is Women's Day Content Director, Hospitality Queen, Meaghan B Murphy. We're going to discuss some fun outdoor social distancing ideas for the whole family. She is just pure sunshine. And if anybody is going to know or have amazing ideas on what to do now that the weather is nice and you can get out with your family, it's Meaghan B Murphy.
Meaghan B Murphy.
Go. I'm itching my mosquito bites, by the way.
Perfect.
My ankles have been ravaged by mosquitoes.
I got one on my arm earlier that I was like, where did you come from? Yeah.
I don't understand what's happened in the US of A, because in the US of A, I know that the East Coast was always mosquito haven. Now, California, in our area, in our home, all of a sudden the last like 3 years maybe has become mosquito central. I don't know why. It's a very uncomfortable feeling because California is supposed to be perfect, right? We have the best weather.
I know.
Mosquitoes. Life was amazing. And now it's like we've got mosquitoes. Is it going to start snowing there? Perhaps.
Maybe. I know your house too, especially. Ooh, those guys don't even care about the spray. I will like douse myself in it and still.
Yeah. And here in Florida, I'll put the insect repellent on and they bite right through. They don't care.
Exactly.
I know what you mean, Maria. And I always whenever I look at the prices of California real estate, I'm like, well, I'm paying for the perfection of the weather, the lack of bugs. But if the mosquitoes keep coming, they better start dropping real estate prices here because I'm not paying for a mosquito infested state.
It's a great point.
It's kind of crazy how a lot of people are moving. A lot of people are talking about moving or are moving because of a lot of reasons, but California has, very high taxes and is a very expensive place to live. And I do think that now that we're seeing with Zoom that you can be anywhere, people are like, well, why would I be here?
Mm-hmm.
I know. And you look at our show and I mean, we've had to make adjustments, but I mean, yesterday was a damn good show. We're going to have Meghan on today. Who's to say we couldn't be producing this show in new ways? It's the one benefit of the pandemic. One of them, we talk about benefits on this show, it's pushing people to think creatively and, hoping it leads to a better world.
Why can't I be on an island in Greece?
Absolutely.
You can.
Meanwhile, so I'm sitting here and I'm looking and I'm seeing both my collarbones, which is interesting. Do you remember, Kelsey, when I started doing a Goskew at Tony's event a couple days ago, I couldn't see my collarbone over here. And so on Monday, we had Brian from the Goskew Method on. And I've been doing the exercises that he's taught me every morning. And I lay, one of the things he recommends, and I don't know if he talked about it on the show, is to lay on your back with your feet up on a chair perpendicular. So your knees are and your legs are on the chair. And I do it every night before I go to bed, and it flattens out your back. Mm-hmm. And so I've been doing it, and I'm like, wait, maybe that's why I can see my collarbone.
No, that is so wild. I remember you pointing that out to me. You said that one was sunken in. Look at Brian. That was a great show too. Monday. Brian is great.
The fans have really responded to that show. It's so cool
getting to be exposed to all of these people. There's another healer that I got to work with while we were here. And they've created a system that's like their own reflexology meets osteopathic care meets, whatever. I mean, it's all with different pressure points in the body, but it's all with the brain. And so what's crazy is he would poke somewhere in here and I would feel the pains where my tumor is. Wow. It was bananas. And so Tony has a book coming out called, I believe it's called Life Wars. And it's, basically what he did for money, he's doing for health, and he's focusing on health. And so sometime thereafter, I'm sure we'll be able to get Tim on the show, because I thought it was really amazing to see, for example, our friend whose house we're in right now, she works with Tony very closely, and she had her gallbladder removed. Excuse me. She had her gallbladder removed, and now she's having some edema. Her body's swelling. She's got some high blood pressure issues. And after she saw him and he worked on these different points that connect to the different parts of the body, the swelling went down and hasn't come back. It's crazy. But the regular doctors are putting her on LASIK pills and all this other stuff. And it's amazing when you seek out other answers. Yep. And you believe what can happen, right? Like I was telling somebody, I'm like, even if it's the placebo effect, wouldn't you prefer that over pills and surgeries?
Yes. Yes.
It's crazy. Jeff, how come I can't see you? I really would love to be able to see you. Is that possible or not possible?
I can make that happen. Yes, I'll do that right now.
Yay, Jeff. But it goes back to what you were saying too, Maria, on day 4 in your speech, and just trusting your gut and searching, like you said, for those other answers. I mean, you don't need to accept the first thing that comes out of the mouth of a doctor. Yay, Jeff. Oh, Jeff went away again. But they're there to support us. But sometimes there is a gap. I mean, East meets West, right? And you need to
East meets West is best. So you have to be seeking your own answers as well. And, Tony's somebody who's continuously seeking. I'm continuously seeking. And that's what I'm doing here on the show every day, is constantly looking for someone who's figured out a better way, whether it's health or wellness or whatever. It's so fascinating when you can actually see someone do something with just touching the body that even medically they can't figure out.
Yeah.
Jeff, any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, in general, Maria, my mind's just been so open to producing this show. I feel like I came in as someone, I bring it up a lot. I'm from Ohio. We really play by the rules there. I feel like a lot of the thinkers and healers we've brought on might not be regarded with the level of open-mindedness that they deserve. But you look at the case studies, even in your life, Maria, and like, however we feel about Bobby Vogel, she's done some amazing work with you, and we featured her on the show. And like you say, the reason I love the mentality of this show, it's all about your toolkit. You can choose to take certain tools or not, but we will provide them, and it's on you whether or not you want them.
Yep. Yeah, because it has to resonate with you. You have to be connected with whatever it is. So you have to have your aha moment and then apply it. So we're just going to keep exposing you to the different people that can give you those aha moments. Like Kelsey and I were talking about her stomach issues, and I gave her an aha moment the other day. I said, do you think it had anything to do with this? And she goes, oh my God, I never thought of that. I mean, you can share whatever you want to share, Kels, about that, but
yeah, I mean, I think we've just, Maria, you said it the other day, you're kind of like, whoa, I think I'm like a health coach. I'm an unofficial like life health coach. And you really are, because you're so good at just like listening to not only your body, but kind of like looking at other people and being like, okay, well, Kelsey, your stomach issues started when? When were your parents diagnosed with cancer? Oh, okay. Do you think that kind of has some correlation? Maybe you harbor all your stuff in your stomach. You have said your whole life, like, your stress manifests in your gut. Hello. Like, don't you think those two go hand in hand? And like, it had never clicked for me until you brought it up, and you brought it up in like 5 minutes. I mean, seriously. So yeah. It's that tool belt, and you, Maria, have just like armed yourself and added so many tools to your belt that you can now go forward in life and be like, okay, well, you need this here, let me help you. And that's such a special skill and gift that you have, that you bring and share with everyone. So
yeah, I feel like we should bring Andre Seltzer back on the show. He's the I think they dubbed him the street healer.
Nice.
Because he just goes on the streets and heals people. But he told me that I had healing powers, and I'm starting to kind of see it, I think, in this pandemic, as things are quieting down, that I have like a health intuition.
Yeah.
And like, even we were here with someone, and she was like, oh, my hip. And I'm like, yeah, what were you running from? Like, there are things that like just click with people.
And you see it so fast.
And I see it really fast. And then they have that moment where they're like, whoa. So, but I think it comes from a lot of experience, and I think it comes from like studying and learning so much. So it's like a doctor. If doctors studied so much, when they see a few symptoms together, like, oh, you got Lyme disease, like they know, right? Mm-hmm. So there's that, but it's really fascinating to get to meet different people. And I know that Tony has exposed us to so many incredible people. We talked a little bit about that in the Patreon, but even Wim Hof, if you haven't listened to the episode with Wim Hof, holy moly, will it blow your mind. This is a man who figured out how to control his autonomic system. That's autonomous, like that. You can't control that, autonomic. And so he figured it out with breath. Okay. Wow. And great. So they injected him with 26 different endotoxins, and he used his breath and his mind to repel them. So they didn't create any damage that could like probably kill him. And then because they said, oh, well, you're a freak of nature, he goes, okay, I'm going to train all these other people to do it too. And all these other people did it. And they listen to that episode. It's unbelievable.
It's so, I'm excited. In a couple weeks, we have a healer named Cindy Dale on, close to Deidre Haid, who's an episode that we love. She sent us her book. It's called like the Intuitive Body Encyclopedia. It's been hailed by like even practical MDs as this really fascinating, in-depth academic look at the energies and chakras that are associated with each of our systems. I can't wait to bring her on, because she brings this really kind of practical, almost science-esque tone to the energy and chakra work that she does. It's just like another example of a show to look forward to with all these incredible people. It's going to be great.
So cool. Meanwhile, we are hitting the road tomorrow, and we are heading to Connecticut. I'm kind of excited because I've never done like a real road trip, I don't think.
And I'm so much fun.
Yes, you are, Kels. Yes, you are.
I love it.
We're gonna have a blast.
And so, yeah, so I'm kind of excited. We're going to be yeah, I've never done this. I've always wanted to go cross country. I know we're not going cross country, we're going up country, but I'm really excited to kind of see along the way. I've done some road trips, like when I was on the campaign trail, we just kept driving from like city to city, but it was like, I think it was just in the Carolinas. I don't know. I don't remember, but it should be fun. Meanwhile, let's get to Meaghan Murphy. You guys know her from our show if you have watched. She's been an amazing friend to the show. She is the current content director of Women's Day magazine. When she's not dreaming up new uses for shower caps, she can be found over decorating her home, I die, and doing fun DIY projects with her 3 kids. She's the author of the upcoming book, The Fully Charged Life, with Penguin Random House, and she's a regular on shows like Live with Kelly and Ryan, which I'll be filling in for very soon. And of course, right here on Better Together with me. And today she's going to suggest some amazing outdoor social distance ideas for you and your family. I mean, hi, I love you.
Hey.
How are you?
Happy to see you.
I'm so happy to see you.
Wow. So where are you in Florida? This is like palatial.
Yes, this is a large home. My friend has rented it for the rest of the year, and yeah, it's pretty large and it's right on the water. So I just saw an iguana jumping onto someone's boat. It's a massive iguana, and he's like at the doorway. It's so cool. But that's Florida, right? So obviously, you know, you are the queen of yay. And I thought about you yesterday. I was like, wait, we should get tips from Meghan on how to kind of socially distance, have fun with your families, with your spouses, or whatever. Like, what's available to us now? What's open? What can you do? What can't you do? Tell me everything.
There's so much you can do, but I think we're also focused on what we can't do that we overlook the magic of this moment. I think this is the most magical summer ever. There's been a return to things like catching fireflies, playing badminton, tetherball. When's the last time you thought about tetherball? Like all of these back to basic outdoor activities and family fun that I grew up with, where it's like, yeah, there's no camp, there's no scheduled sports, there's no scheduled activities. I know, let's get creative. Let's spend time together. Let's get back to the stinking basics that really matter. And I think the first thing any of us need to do is just flip that switch of not what can I do anymore? What do I get to do? What's available to me? Like, look for the positive in this. I mean, some of the stuff we just did, the most incredible family outdoor movie night. It was epic. Like, I rigged a screen I took two plant hangers. I took a curtain rod, put it across it, a shower curtain. I got a projector set up, and we had like this killer outdoor movie night. We used pool floats. You can't go to the pool. You can't bring floats to the pool. Well, we used pool floats as chairs. We did pillows and blankets. I had a reserved seating section from my mom. We did like massive, I put my kids in charge of popping popcorn. We popped probably our weight in popcorn, filled it with a and then put it in popcorn bags and hung it on a trellis with paper, little clothespins. When would we have done that, right? Like, they would have been off with their friends. They would have been at camp. They would have been doing the things. Instead, we're doing the things together. I think an outdoor movie night is endless fun, and
it's the best.
It was so much fun.
We did it too at our house. Kevin and my dad built one with just this plastic sheet, and then my dad, he attached it to our tennis court wall with a frame. And then Kevin took some red lights and he uplighted the wall so it looks like a movie theater.
See that, and that's so fun. Like, you wouldn't have had the need to do that otherwise. So
no, never.
Like that. Like, we did a cold s'mores bar, right? Like, I'm not so good with fire or lighting a fire or making, and it's hot, but we did a cold s'mores bar. So we made
What's
s'mores.
That?
So instead of heating up the marshmallows and chocolate, we took like chocolate chip cookies and all different kinds of cookies and smushed them with chocolate and marshmallows and just ate them cold. It was delightful. Like, it was super, super fun. So like things like that. Flashlight tag. How much fun is flashlight tag? Okay, maybe you're a grown up, you need to get a buzz first. Do that, and then play some flashlight tag. I mean, it's like endless fun.
Wait, so tell me how you do flashlight tag.
Oh my gosh.
First of all, let's go back to the outdoor screening night because you made it seem so less intimidating. Did you do like a DIY video by any chance?
I do. I have a DIY video. I sent you guys a link. I did do it on the Today Show. I did it on the Today Show as well because it was such a big hit. So I have a full DIY of that.
Perfect. So we're going to put that in the summary so you guys can click on it and be inspired and then do yours however you want to do it. But I'll tell you, outdoor movie nights, Kevin was like, Maria, this is going to be our summer. This is what we're going to do for fun. We're going to be able to socially distance with our friends. We've only done a few, but like it is so, and we focus only on comedies because we just need to laugh right now.
A lot of Minions.
Yeah.
I watch Minions for the 1300th time, and that's okay.
How do you deal with the neighbors?
Well, I'm loving my neighbors right now. So I have I have a divorcee bachelor to the right of me, and watching his transformation during COVID has been amazing. They have created the most insane. This is a man who never went outside in his life, and now he has cornhole set up, an outdoor tent. He made a garden. He painted a mural on the fence. I mean, I am loving watching all of the life and activity he has brought to the backyard. Like, okay, I can't go anywhere. I'm going to paint a mural on my fence. Love it. Like, it was so fun. And he's out there, playing volleyball and all the things, and has this whole setup. And this is a man that had never been in his yard before. So
he's okay with movie nights.
Oh, he gets a kick out of our energy and excitement. Like think about it. If you're alone during this time too, like the energy of others is so yay. I mean, you need that. You need those over the fence hellos and interactions. Oh my gosh, Maria, the other thing we did, this was amazing. We rented a giant water slide.
Yes, to the water slide.
It was insane. It was an 18-foot water slide. We set it up in the backyard. It happened to be my daughter's 10th birthday. And I'm like, you can't turn double digits in quarantine without a cotton candy machine and a water slide in the yard. But if you do it on a weekday versus a weekend, much cheaper. And where are you going on a Tuesday? So we set up this giant water slide, rented it, not as expensive on a Monday, came with a cotton candy machine. And my kids, I have 3 kids, so we put it to good use. Mom and Dad took a few slides. Like, it was a really fun day.
I love that.
And totally safe, totally socially distant. My kids can touch each other all they want.
Yeah. Wait, you had another idea that I stopped you to make sure I understood how people could get the water slide. What was the other idea? It was after the cold s'mores.
Flashlight tag with booze.
Oh, flashlight tag. Yes,
flashlight tag. Okay,
how do you play flashlight tag?
I grew up with flashlight tag. It's basically tag in the dark, but you tag the person by shining the flashlight on them.
So you see them in the dark and then you flash them?
So it's no touch tag. I mean, Imagine a round of any type of drinking game and then flashlight tag. That's grown up fun.
That is grown up fun.
That's grown up fun.
Although we can socially distance do that. You're right.
You can. You're not even touching. You're like, so instead of like tag you're it, it's like flash you're it.
I like that. Good idea. How are you handling friends and people?
So here's the thing. We did the first 3 months, we didn't see anybody. And then we did establish a quarantine. So we have another family with kids in a similar age where we quarantine together, and that's our safe zone. So our kids we have a pact and sort of a commitment to each other that we see each other. And that's sort of the lay of the land so that our kids can have that type of normal social interaction. It was funny. I was at my pediatrician and he was like, hey, listen, kids need vitamin D and they need socialization. And if we have a return to lockdown in the fall, they are going to need to be strong mentally and physically by virtue of having some social time, having all that vitamin D right now. So we do have a very small quarantine a little bubble that we've created. And I think people can systematically create that. If you know, hey, listen, we're in this for a long haul, and you've got families or kids that line up, we quarantine and make a pact to each other that, hey, listen, we're going to be safe together. We're going to be better together.
Yes. I love that. Okay. What about like adult fun? Like, what are you guys doing for adult fun?
Well, I think, a lot of like biking. I hadn't been on a bike in 7 years. And my husband and I now go on these like magical bike rides. Like, I haven't been on a bike in 7 years. That's a hot date. A bike ride is actually a hot date. Right? It's like something new and novel. You get that dopamine flowing and like, oh yay, like let's go for a bike ride. So things like that.
Kevin and I do scooter rides.
Yes. We've also been having very like epic Taco Tuesdays. We started this at the beginning of quarantine and they just keep building. Like it would just be like tacos. Then it was like, we all have taco shirts. Now we have taco garland. Now we have a taco piñata. Now we have a taco cake. Now we have Cool Ranch Dorito flavored taco shell. We up it. We like up the game every week so that like Taco Tuesday has become like a national holiday on the level of Christmas in this house. Like to the point where my kids will be like, wait, no, it's Taco Tuesday. The world stands still. Like we're having Taco Tuesday. And my husband has perfected a frozen margarita that is like the kind you would get at Fridays, except he does it a little lower sugar.
Yum. Mm-hmm. Megan, how are you still so happy?
I'm grateful. I mean, I think, you know what? It's like an attitude of gratitude. I think that I will look back on this time and be like, it's going to be my version of, we walked to school uphill in the snow with no shoes. Like, I made a magazine, finished a book, do a podcast, and homeschooled 3 kids. Like, wow, I feel like a superhero sometimes that it actually, like, I've gotten all this done, and I feel excited to be healthy. I feel, like I'm grateful, and I always think that's the secret sauce in life is that ability to find the yay and to still feel lucky for everything I do have versus everything I'm missing or have lost.
Yeah. But listen, we are the times have been compounded by other, tragedies and things. And so how have you not let this get you down? And have you been down? Like, have there been moments where homeschooling and all of this has been a lot?
Oh yeah. No. So I cry in the shower. That's my safe place. I
love you. Okay.
So if where is mom? She's still in the shower. I'm crying it out. I mean, I definitely have those moments, but I also I feel lucky that going into all of this intense times, I had a lot of strong techniques and tricks and skills in place to help me cope. Right? Like I feel very grateful. Everything I've written about in the Fully Charged Life and all my, studies of positive psychology, I have the tools. I know what it takes to keep me strong, to keep me mentally focused, to help me find that. Yet I know I need to exercise. I know that I need to do that for my mental and physical well-being. I know I learned this early in COVID. I need to wake up early. I was like sleeping till 7 or 8 and realizing, hey, guess what? I don't get that hour or 2 back and I'm not happy. I'm a better human when I get up at 5 or 6. That's my alone time. That's my shine time. And I learned quickly that I had to give that back to myself to be strong and to be healthy.
You know what? Waking up that early, ironically, it is our private time. Like I dislike it greatly. The idea of waking up that early, because I woke up that early my whole life. I have a trauma to it, I feel like, but when I do and no one's awake and the world is quiet, I am so happy. I always say why don't I wake up more? Like when I'm driving early in the morning and the roads are clear and the sun is coming up, I'm like, oh, this feels like heaven. Why don't I do this more? So it's such a great reminder.
It makes me feel like I own my day, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something for me. because people want me, need me, Slack me, Zoom me, ping me, hang on me all day long. Not at 5 a.m. I find that really maybe my dog, but other than that, like that's me. That's my time, and that's the gift I give myself. I'm better when I do that. So knowing these, I know a lot of this stuff about myself, and so just making sure that, ooh, wow, I'm crying a lot in the shower this week. What boxes am I not checking? Do I need to call my sister? Have I not checked in with my best friend? Like, do I need a social connection? Do I need flowers in my house? Do I need to like go in the garden and pick a bunch of hydrangeas and put those on the kitchen table? Because you know what? That always makes me feel better.
It's so great that you're saying this for people who are listening, because I think at some point, like those of us who are seekers and like continuous learners can like kind of spot those patterns, right? Like I've realized that when I'm down and, I'm not crying in the shower, but like maybe I'm cranky. I don't know. I have like my things, right? I've started to realize that, oh, I'm either not getting my social cup filled because I'm so heads down working, or I haven't taken time to go out and be in nature. I haven't seen my friends. Like, you're right. Like all the things you're saying are the things that I've identified in my life. Like I know what I need. So maybe a really great thing for everyone who's listening right now is to write that list of what you need in life. Like, what are the things that you need to be happy? And I don't mean Disney World, and I don't mean, Cancun and all of that. Like the everyday things to make you feel good. Like I need to have a coffee in the morning and meditate, or I need to make sure I'm getting, some total fun playtime, and I need to ride my bike. I need to take a soul cycle class. Whatever your things are, make that list and make sure that you're balancing it throughout your weeks, because the second there's an imbalance is when you start to just start.
Mm-hmm. And that's really why this social distancing fun is so crucial, because we really do need to be around other people. We need to do it safely, but we
need variety.
Yes, we do. I mean, like I've been talking to a bunch of people who like will rent a home, for 2 months just for a change of scenery. I mean, some of my staff that are in New York City apartments, after 2 months of looking at 4 walls and hearing sirens out your window, maybe you do need to go, rent, a Verbo in Tennessee, anywhere, just for a change of scenery. Like we do need variety. Routine is crucial, but we also need variety. We need other people. We need to figure out ways to have some semblance of normalcy during really insane times.
Yeah, totally.
Flashlight tag. It's all about flashlight tag.
Oh my God. I love flashlight tag. I think that's so important, because you're right. It is something where, we needed you right now, because I know I needed you, because I've gotten so sad over what's been happening, and just kind of like looking at it a little more hopelessly. Mm-hmm. And I think you're right. We need to get back to that. Wait, this is a very unique time, and we can look at it through negative specs, or we can look at it through your beautiful pink specs and say, okay, like we are getting to go back to the things that we all kind of secretly wished we could, but we couldn't, because the world moves this way. It doesn't move that way. And right now we're in that way where, playing in our yards and, growing our own food, or, making an outdoor theater out of shower curtain rods. Like all of these things are accessing our creativity, our resourcefulness, and our fun and our play, if we go through it that way. Like Tony Robbins taught me, life is happening for you, not to you. And we talk about it all the time. So how is this happening for us? Well, in that respect, that was one of the most beautiful things at the beginning of this that we would talk about, is the fact that families got to be with each other, and you got to enjoy each other. And, maybe you've gotten sick of each other now, but maybe you need to spruce it up with some like flashlight tag and, an outdoor movie night or something to break it up.
But also, like, I'm like, wow, I'm not sick of my husband. I picked the right guy. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It's like, it's this pandemic and all of this madness has been an accelerant in so many ways. But I do feel I do feel it's taught me so much. And listen, like if I can make a magazine, a new magazine from my kitchen table with people I've never met in person and completely redesign a magazine that's been around from 1930, I feel like I could do anything, right? I mean, like I'm just trying, like that's not how I wanted to do it, but we got it done. And that feels even scrappier and more exciting. I think the other thing too is that I think that yes, I absolutely recognize everything that sucks and is scary and is awful right now. And we all have to do that. But we also shouldn't feel guilty if we also look for the good and find those moments of joy and yay. I feel like so many people are like, I can't be happy right now. The world is in turmoil. The world is absolutely in turmoil, and we have to acknowledge that. But if you just go down the sinkhole with it, you're done. So it's okay to say, I'm going to catch fireflies and I'm going to have an ice cream social in my backyard, or I'm going to jump on my trampoline with my kids. And that's okay too.
Yeah. Yeah. Will you tell me a little bit about Women's Day and what you've done with it?
Sure. So I came on in March, which is just like funny. It's just funny. They need a content director. And then I was like, okay, so you want me, it's the #1 selling magazine on newsstands, got a big fat audience. And it was a pretty big responsibility to take it forward. They wanted me to energize it. I have a lot of energy, so I thought I could probably energize it. And so it was really sort of taking this magazine that's been around since 1930, that has 18 million readers, and breathing a little bit of new life into it. And so what we sort of did, I said to my team, like, via Skype and Slack, because we've never been in the same room, literally hiring people like, you sound great, can't really feel your vibe, but I think, yeah, let's do this. But really sort of like, I mean, my mandate was like, let's put everything through a fun filter. Let's make this destination celebration that no holiday is left behind from Taco Tuesday to Christmas. Let's give people a reason to celebrate and help them find the joy in every day. So we have a whole package called Smile File, which is like basically every national holiday that month. If it's National S'mores Day, we're going to give you epic s'mores. If it's National Junk Food Day, we're going to match your favorite celebrity their junk food. It's just fun and light and happy. It's National Ice Cream Month. We're going to give you 5 pages of ice cream sandwiches. And then we have like a really incredible package called Finding Joy that has a different theme every month. The first one was COVID celebrations. Like, how did people, what were these moments of light during the pandemic? How did this one father do DIY hibachi for his son's birthday because that's the only meal he wanted? Or a wedding in your living room surrounded by pictures of family because they couldn't actually be there. Little moments like that. It's just a really feel-good, happy magazine. I mean, the cover is like a watermelon rainbow that my photographer made in his garage with like mail order delivery groceries.
Can we go back to the cover really quick, Jeff? That is amazing.
It makes you happy, right?
Yeah, it's incredible. I love it. But that's like why this is so cool is the resourcefulness and the creativity, right? It really just boils down to that in life, I feel like.
It makes any achievement more amazing.
Oh, P.S. Go back to the ice cream sandwiches because I made those last night. Ready for this? Our friend made cookies, and so we got some ice cream, and that was my ice cream sandwich. It was really good.
That is
salted caramel dairy-free ice cream, and then the chocolate chip cookies had some walnuts, and they were salted too, but they were fresh.
So we did crazy. We did ice cream sandwiches with everything from like Pop-Tarts to like Ritz crackers dipped in chocolate. Like we did crazy ice cream sandwiches. Crazy.
So good. I love it. I love that you just get in there and you make it happen.
We changed the logo too. I mean, I might not have gotten away with that if people were around to tell me no. So like that's
I love it. I love it. Well, we should do more collabs on the show because we have the same desires, I think, right? Like I love featuring people that are coming up with creative ways to just rise above all of it. And I love the national days. Jeff will tell you, I had him create a calendar of all the national days, because it was my goal to celebrate them all. So maybe now you guys, this is probably why we were supposed to have this conversation.
Oh my gosh, you need this issue. So the whole issue is just packed. Everything is tied to a reason to celebrate. So it's like, and Women's Day on our Instagram, every Monday, we give you a little mini calendar of reasons to celebrate that week. So this week is, and I'll tell you what's this week because it's good. There's always a reason. There's always a reason to celebrate. This week, okay, National Junk Food Day, National Hammock Day, National Gorgeous Grandma Day, and National Wine and Cheese Day. That's what we're celebrating this week.
Yum. I love it.
Right?
Jeff, you guys are going to get on this. We need to start doing this every week.
So fun. I love it.
Today's National Hot Dog Day? Yes,
yeah.
Today's National Hot Dog Day. Did you know that?
Yeah.
We did it. I thought yesterday was National Hot Dog Day.
Okay, I just got bad information maybe.
It was one day ago because
Twitter says
if you follow
today.
Women's Day on Instagram, you'll never miss a holiday.
Okay, well that's what we're going to all do. Meghan, thank you so much. You're just awesome. And I needed that, like, re-sprucing up. You guys can pick up the most recent edition of Women's Day, like she just mentioned. And her new book, The Fully Charged Life, will be coming out soon. And trust me, you're going to want that. But you can just follow her on social. In the meantime, at Meaghan B Murphy, we'll put the link to that in our summary so you can easily follow her and get more of this sunshine zhuzh, because she's just always exploding with it. Just don't go meet her in the shower. Because that's when it all comes out. It's raining tears in our shower.
Oh, it is. Yeah. That's why I read, but my shower is really beautiful. I just redid it. So it's the ultimate place to cry.
It's so pretty. I know. I'm redoing ours. We've been in the process of redoing ours for 4 years. So, hey, it's finally going to get done, I think.
I feel that. It took us a year. But
I mean, we keep changing the plans and keep simplifying it. And it's like, okay, it's COVID. We got to simplify it even more. And so, yeah. But the right thing will happen.
It will.
I love you. Thank you so much for joining us today. And we'll see you soon.
Yay. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. I mean, I want to play flashlight tag tonight. I don't know about you guys.
I'm in. I love it.
I said I want to play flashlight tag tonight.
Me too.
I'm never eating anything ever again, though, so I can't do the ice cream sandwiches or the red sandwiches. Guys, I need a full detox. We ate so many chocolate chip cookies, Jeff, in the last couple of days because our friend made them, and they were freaking, they were like Mrs. Fields level incredible.
She's not kidding. It's not like, oh, we had so many, we had two. No, we literally had like 12 apiece.
It's hard when they're so good.
New thighs are growing.
Well, the thing is, I know that food is a bad go-to, like, coping mechanism in a way to make you happy, but sometimes it really does. Sometimes having a few too many cookies is like the thing you need, because if you don't enjoy those pleasures in life, and I hope I'm not going against what we teach on the show, but you have to, food is something that makes me really happy. A really good, like, exceptional takeout once a month from an Indian place that we love, that makes me really happy. And I would put that on the list that Meghan is talking about. That's important stuff.
Yeah, Jeff, what are you guys doing to keep happy right now?
Laura and I, we got a Nintendo Switch at the beginning of this that we don't play very often, but maybe once a week we'll play Mario Kart. And what's really fun is we have a couple other friends who have a Switch too, so we can all play Mario Kart online together. And we have a little outdoor setup too, so we'll play Mario Kart on the big screen on a Saturday night. And it's really fun, yeah.
That's cool.
I love that.
I never would have guessed you guys to be Nintendo Switch people.
I know. It was
I don't know what that is.
It was a whim, and she got it for me for Christmas because I'm hard to shop for, and she's like, if we don't like it, we can return it. But it's fun. It's we don't do it much because, video games can suck away your life if you're not careful. But it's on a Saturday night, it's a way to get a group of us to play together. Dr. Amanda Gummer talked about play. Meaghan B Murphy just talked about play. And sometimes yielding to the child inside of you, I think, is a really valuable way to stay happy.
And I like that you're doing Mario Kart too, because that's very old school. We all used to play that when we were younger, sort of thing. So that's a fun. I like that you guys are doing.
Wait, is it the old Super Mario?
The old Mario Kart, yeah. It's a throwback for us, which is so fun.
That's so cool.
Love that.
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yes.
That's so funny. And then when the mushroom comes up.
Yeah, exactly. You know your stuff, Maria. I'm impressed.
Oh my God. Well, because there was a vintage arcade that Kevin took me date night to in the Valley, and you pay $10 and you can play unlimited video games for whatever, an hour or something. And I got to play Super Mario Brothers, and I went down the rabbit hole of and then Contra. Did you ever play Contra?
I've never played Contra, Kels. I bet Steven has, but I never have.
Yeah, it was it was this game, this war game or whatever, but I knew all the codes to get all the extra players, and so it was just funny that I can remember up, down, left, right, control.
Oh my
select
God.
Start, AB, select start. Yeah, something like that. And then you get 100 players or 100 lives.
Oh
and it's just instinct, but I haven't played since I was a kid, but I remember instantly and was yes, I got this.
Okay, we need a Patreon episode where you and Kevin go down the rabbit hole of your early dating days, because I have worked too closely with both of you. It would be such a fun insight into the early days of Kevin and Maria.
It would be the shortest Patreon episode. We never went on a date.
What do you mean?
We never went on a date.
You just said you went to the arcade.
This was 2 years ago.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Kevin and I have a trauma bond.
Yeah,
we came together in traumas.
Yeah.
I'll never forget. Yeah, you know what? We'll share some stuff. We'll share some stuff. We won't do it now.
Patreon.
Save it for Patreon.
But
make sure you guys get
Patreon.
on there.
But next week's Patreon is going to be really cool. We're going to talk about your limiting beliefs and how they are controlling your life, and how Tony helps us to get out of those so that we can create the life that we want. So I know Chelsea and Jeff are going to work really hard to get.
Whoa! You just pulled to Kevin. You said Chelsea.
I said Chelsea.
Now you guys are all stuck in this freaking pattern.
So we have a Chelsea that works for us, and we have a Kelsey that works for us. And Kevin has a disability with names, he can't get it right, and it's this thing, and so I just did it. So Kelsey and Jeff, I said that right, are going to be working hard on getting all that content together so that next week's Patreon is game changing for everybody. So make sure you guys join if you haven't already. It's a really powerful exercise. What?
I said today's was really great too. Mr. Patreon even shed a few tears. We all kind of shed a few tears.
Oh my God, today's Kevin was losing it. I was losing it, but little fun fact. I started losing it, and if you see, I put my hands in my eyes to catch the tears.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, forgot I didn't wash my hands after lunch, and it had sriracha on them.
No,
so then
my
eyes were burning. I was like, I wanted to die.
Only on Patreon, you guys. You got to get Patreon to watch Maria.
Did you see me? I was like,
on this week's Patreon, Maria puts sriracha in her own eyes. You have to check it out.
Anyway, thank you guys for joining us. You can follow us at Maria Menounos, at Meaghan B Murphy, at Jeffrey Crane Graham, at Kels Meyer too. And remember, be nice, people. Make good choices.